That's me. That's me. Hello. Hi. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Not me getting distracted with like 3 seconds left on the timer and then jump scared by the big black screen. I need to set it up so it does something other than a black screen when the countdown ends to give me like a second without it just being like, oh well, stream's dead, rip. Good morning and kitty. Hi, hello. Hello, streamer. I enjoyed the chocolate discussion and then also the two people sharing one brain cell and nobody wants it. That jacket is awesome. Why, thank you. Because when is too many layers too many layers? It's when you get sweaty. And I'm not sweaty yet. We got time for that in remix, I suppose. I want to play alts, but I can't stop playing Squidgy is basically where I'm at right now. I am item level 370. Thank you very much. I've got some epics on now, including an epic crit bow because I'm awesome. And because I got really lucky in that heroic raid that I got lucky enough to get into yesterday. And I just want to at least do like my dailies. So I want to do all the world bosses. I want to do a normal and heroic scenario and a normal and heroic dungeon and one LFR wing. And then I'll play my alt. Oh, actually, and then something Isle of Thunder, unlocking the Thunder King treasure vault or whatever, because I need to have been doing that like yesterday, because I'm not amazing yet. You know, I'm getting stronger every day, but it's not enough for me. Nothing is enough. And I got to keep playing until it's enough or until I wake up blinking into the reflection of myself on the screen and realize I've wasted all these years. You are awesome. Aw, shucks. Hot potato for brain cell. Happily falling asleep to yesterday's VOD when I'm suddenly jolted awake by Hazel. I was howling. Listen, we get like what, one a year on average. Oh man. Have you done your dailies? I'm just getting started. I'm doing triple duty right now. I'm sitting in a queue for an LFR wing and a heroic dungeon. And I'm also on a flight path up to the Isle of Giants to go do Undasta because I figured that was the best possible use of my time. I'm like passively working towards 3 things at once. I did sort out my gear and my bags from raid and then put on this stuff and then got it all upgraded and whatnot. So 388 is my highest. I need to get the rest of my pieces caught up to 388 and then we can start working on the next level. I'm starting today with like 596 bronze. Not terribly much bronze. We should get a good chunk today. I'm not expecting to come out of today being like incredible, but I also kind of want to find out how long it takes me starting from like 9-ish a.m. to do these dailies, to do the 2 scenarios, 2 dungeons, 1 LFR wing, and then like what, 5 world bosses. I'll do the Throne of Thunder stuff or the Isle of Thunder stuff at the end just so that I can kind of get a feel for how long that takes. Because it's something that I'm currently feeling motivated to basically do every day. And I guess it's going to be a little bit variable depending on how long it takes to find like world bosses and stuff, especially because for something like this, if I'm going to be sitting in queue at the same time, I can't just join a world boss group. I would lose my spot in the dungeon queue. That's preposterous. We can't possibly do that. Being in NA feels weird. I don't have my stuff. What's inspired your move to NA? Oh, here's the LFR wing. I wanted to do just 1 LFR wing so I can get... I mean, I probably could have just like looked for a normal terrace instead. But I wanted to get just the raid daily done, the looking for more raid daily done without needing to worry about doing any particular specific raid yet. It seems like raiding every day is good, but I feel like that's kind of the part at which my eyes start to glaze over a little bit. The rest of it feels like super fun. And like a little bit of raiding I think would be fun, but I do not have the fortitude of character or stamina to do all of the Pandaria raids, or even very many of them, every day for bronze and threads and whatnot. The raidly, if you will. I was going to say I won't, but that sounds kind of mean. Heroic raid just in time. Seems like they made them harder last night with scaling. I read that post. I don't know if I fully understood it, but I did do it just in time before they nerfed the daylights out of them. My feeling is that the ward nerf like went in while I was in raid, but I feel like because the instance was in progress, like it didn't seem on the meters like it was in effect just yet. So I'm kind of reserving judgment on that one until after another day's worth of raiding or something. Okay. Most of the world bosses have groups that gather up to mass kill them on spawn. Oh, look, I killed a raid boss. What do you know? Still playing with a gamepad like a Tartarus? No, not in a few years. I switched back to a keyboard in 2000 and... Was it 21? I don't know. It's been a little bit. This is a safe space. You can be as mean as you want to your chat. Plus, it's a good practice for your upcoming roast cameo. That would be a good April Fool's joke to like launch it for a single day for April Fools. Although, is it a joke if you make real money off of it? Everything's all fun and games until you've made up a mortgage payment. Forgot my details to my Elden account. Dude, recovering accounts and navigating various like logins and authentications and identity verification and stuff is like the bane of my existence. I do so much of it. You wouldn't think I would have to, but I have like it's for a lot of reasons. I recently needed to get caught up on it. So I spent like an entire like workday afternoon, about 4 hours just playing like account recovery jockey and password reset and like, you know, this two-factor is attached to this phone and this thing logs in with this thing and you got to get this code for this one and this code for this one. You get this piece of information from this one. I was just, it all needed to be done, but like, my goodness. And there's the raid daily done. That was extremely fast. There's one more boss for the wing though. It's Parvati. Thank you for the 19-month reset. Welcome back. I don't want to talk to AI, so I'm not asking Blizzard for help. Remember when there was a CS phone number? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Readling 78. Thank you for the 13-month resub. You know something really silly and stupid that I'm the only person in the world that worried about? It makes me like extra happy and validated when I get subs on days like this where I just did not want to put on any makeup and I was like, I won't, who will care? And it's nice when we you know, the stream still like works. no one's started the hashtag Uggo campaign yet, which I appreciate. Not real things that would actually happen to me, hopefully, but I don't know. That whole mess that kicked up online a couple years back, the one day that Pokimane did her makeup on stream, kind of stuck with me. Cloak with hotfix stats cap at 10 mil each now. 10 mil stats each. That seems like a lot still. I don't know if I would have ever found that cap. What am I at? I've got 14,000 stamina. That's a big number. Take you as you are and you take us as we are. Works pretty well for me. Really not that kind of audience. You know, infinite.
Target you.
I don't even have details on this morning. Sometimes I turn on details and I get excited to see a hunter, but then I'm like, wait, it's not me. Oh, there's me. I made it onto the screen. That'll work. And some stam. And then we also got like a spool and a little cash for that too. I'm not mad at that. I just thought a bird flew into my room. Did a bird fly into your room? Just how long someone needs to play to hit 10 mil on a stat. Yeah, like that's pretty aggressive. All right, this is a heroic dungeon. I'm also going to want to do a normal one, but I figured the heroic queue would take a little longer because a lot of people do normal dungeon queues while leveling. I mean, I guess people do heroic dungeon queues while leveling too. We have a level 17 healer. I'll be lucky if I can just beat the scaling. Cloak of still technically finite power. There is the option to always show self, but then again, do you really want to know? No. No, if I'm not doing well enough to get on the proverbial screen, I don't think I want it to tell me how far away I am. How do you think they'll convert remix characters into live servers? I think when the event ends, it's just going to take the time running tag off and it'll be a regular character. How do you mean? tracking damage taken instead. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't stand in stuff. That's a lovely idea. That's a good way to motivate yourself for to really watch your feet. I sometimes will track things like dispels or interrupts. Sometimes my dungeon group would play a game where you were competing to get the most interrupts, which is great because it means that like everything in a dungeon gets stopped, and it also means that everybody realizes that nobody can kick faster than Flabby. It's always obviously not like a fair game because some people will have interrupts on a shorter cooldown and whatnot, but like that's kind of a fun one to compete on because it's not something that I always. Well, I play a priest. When am I ever going to think about that? Fastest interrupt in the West? Mm-hmm. I swear, there's a sixth sense on that one. I used to duel him. Not exactly dueling, but like technically dueling. I would play my Resto Druid, and he would play his Enhancement Shaman. And I was dueling him just to practice living against a DPS. Like it was for Arena. And I would practice I would be trying to practice fate casting. And he would just know somehow. Like you would pretend to fate cast like over and over and over again. And he would just hold his kick and hold his kick and hold his kick. And then you would finally be like, okay, well, you're not kicking. I'm going to cast. And then he would let you cast. But then there would be like the perfect moment where you think you can get away with it and you also really needed the heal. And he would nail it every time. Like he would kick you almost before you had started casting. Except that it's just because he knew. Which is really annoying. So I think it's a great statement to my bigness of character that we're still friends. Because there's definitely a part of me that was like... Master of Duck Duck Goose. Oh, we're going, aren't we? Are we going? Yeah, we're going. Come along, druids. There's stuff to fight in here. I won't pull. I'll wait for the tank. There he is. It's a bear. The bear is level 70. 323. Hazel actually hurting cats. I have a kitty cat on my lap. I direly need to trim her nails. She was getting on my lap today, and I think I'm bleeding a tiny bit, and it is my own fault because I've known she's had sharp nails for a little bit, and that's my job to trim them. We'll get you today, kitty cat. We'll get you. No, I don't think they're saying anything. Or if they are, they're not saying it in party chat. I think people are just having a think. They're on different realms, which makes me think they're probably not guildies. Or friends. Django117, thanks for the 10-month free sub. Hi, Hazel. Hi. How you doing? How are things? There was something that made me feel like I wanted to do... Alright, let me back up. One of the things that I want to do in Remix still... Wow, that's a really big shield barrier. What happened to this guy? One of the things that I want to do in Remix still is Dread Waste. I want to do the Dread Waste campaign and get Claxy along the way to get the Dread Waste achievement done and get the weapon illusion. That was so weird. I don't know what happened to that, man. And I was going to do it on the mage that I'm leveling as soon as she gets like another couple levels and can actually go to the Dread Waste. And that seemed like it was all fine and good. But then something made me feel like I wanted to do it on Squidgy. Like that I was going to get, what did I think I was going to get from doing it? Threads maybe? Maybe just threads from questing? Because I do want lots of threads. I want tons of threads. The most threads. You know, if I can have 10 million of each stat on my cloak and I'm sitting at like 1,000, I'm gonna need to put some work in. Did a dungeon last night. It was 4 night elves and a panda walk into a brewery. Found it funny. I feel like this scaling feels much different than the beginning of the dungeon, and I don't really understand how or what's happened. Do you even like the bug people? Do I like anybody? What if I'm just cranky and mean? Whoa. This is so weird. We've got 2 people that have died. I wonder if they may have gotten stuck outside. We've got... Alright, well now we've got 3 people that have died. Something is going on. It's very strange to me, the damage spread. I'm not going to worry about it too much. What am I going to do? Math. Only level 42 in Remix. Completing the zones. So satisfying. Oh, nice. Outside of the daily quest, I think rares and timeless are one of the best sources to farm threads. Turns out the priest is gone. Yeah. I think at least 2 people... Yeah, 2 people got locked out of the room.
Run.
I feel like... I guess I'm just not as all-powerful as I thought I was going to be. I thought I was going to be strong enough to basically, like, solo a heroic dungeon boss. And it turns out the bear is strong enough to solo a heroic dungeon boss. I'm just going to run back, because I can run really fast. Let me get my cunning pet out, and I'll be right with you. Diarrhea Lad, thank you for the 12-month resub. 1 whole year of procrastinating at work. Oh man, another year of life come and go on. Chat, what's the easiest caster? I'm curious to see what people say, actually. I don't know what the easiest caster is. Hunters aren't casters. Turbo Gnome. Alright, I'm back. Here we go. I'm surprised we haven't got another DPS yet. It says somebody's ready to enter. Maybe they're just AFK or something. 6 characters in Remix. Cannot decide which one to main. All just fresh dinged to 70 to get bronze. I mean, there's nothing that says that you have to main or gear up one at endgame. It is weird. I guess I'm just expecting to be able to do 5 people's damage on my own, and I'm just not. Like, I'm good, but I'm not that good yet. Yeah, there's nothing that says that you have to. Although I am finding it very fun and satisfying. I thought it would feel awful to dump bronze into my gear. And the first time it did, I spent like 9,000 bronze to upgrade my weapon once the first time. And I'm like, oh no, I could have bought so many sets for that. But after that, I was like in, you know, I was like, well, okay, well, if I upgraded my weapon, I may as well do the rest of the gear. And then I may as, you know, I'm super invested in that power grind now. Fire Mage, Frost Mage, Jesterlock, Priest. I think that Priest is the one that I have the most experience with. I like it because modern Shadow Priest isn't complicated. There's not like a whole lot of you've used this proc incorrectly and now you shall suffer. But there are just a lot of buttons. There's a lot of things. Nowadays, it's kind of the opposite problem that it used to have. Shadow Priest used to be a spec that was very much about weaving your things together in the correct order and not really about cooldowns. You know, like my raid would be like, okay, save your 2-minute cooldowns. And I'm like, what 2-minute cooldowns? That's a funny joke. Haha. Because you didn't really have any for the longest time. But now you have like almost nothing but cooldowns. The logic is basically just press them when they come up. There is like a, you know, like a pull order and whatever, and there is a priority, but generally speaking, as long as you're not sitting on your cooldowns, you're doing fine.
Dispel boss.
My interrupt does work. I wonder if it's just because I had moisturizer in my fingers. Hello, Hazel and chat. Hope you're all feeling fantabulous today. Hello, Mathrid. Don't remember Scarlet Monastery in MOP. There's a few Scarlet dungeons.
Behind boss.
There's halls and monastery. They redid them. Thank you. No, I'm not gonna do a random heroic. I'm out of here. Love the monastery dungeons. And then I'm currently out of queue, which means it's a great time for me to look to see if I can find an Undasta group. Undasta was up earlier, but alas. No more. Let's use a spool. Get some crit. I got some experience gained in my cloak. Wow, wonderful. Fantastic. Certainly I don't need the gear that's in here. I think my blues are fairly optimized, so the main thing I'm looking for is epics that have better stats. Because I think I have crit or haste on base. That chest is like Versa. I could use a crit or a haste chest, I suppose. But also I have at a certain point so much crit and haste that it probably wouldn't kill me to have a few Versa pieces. Remember the deer and dog story you told? Yeah. You'll never guess what happened this weekend. Did it happen to you? Did you get followed by a deer? Missed a few streams. Hope you and yours are all well. Hello, Darta. We're doing good. We're doing good. Moosey came and woke me up this morning. You came in big puppy kisses. So many transmogs to catch up on. Must have more prawns. I guess I could kill things while I wait, maybe? Questionably? I feel like once the group comes up, it's going to be down, like, really fast. This has 4.5 mil. How much damage do I do, realistically? Can I kill it? Yeah. Sure I can. Huey, no! Turns out my cunning pet doesn't tank as well as I wanted it to. What do I get for doing that? Oh, I got a stam thread. That's not too bad. A tiny bit of bronze. Ooh, Undasta. Waiting room. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, up is what I want. I think the day where I join the waiting room groups is coming, where that's like basically the only way to do it, but I don't think we're quite there yet. Big fluffing deer. Out riding my bike on a trail, past a woman and her dog walking, and guess what was following them? A big deer. Oh, man. Nice. Okay. Thank you. And now, I think I'm gonna hearth. I'm at 32,816. I just got more crit. 32k threads. We were in the 20ks yesterday, so it's going good. I am hearthing because I want to do Nalak. But I don't want to get too swept up in doing Isle of Thunder stuff. I also want to get in queue for I'm not done. Let's do a random scenario. I also need a normal dungeon. I can't forget that. Get good caches for those. There's one of those things. There's another one of those things. Epic spools. 32.8 up to 32,996. I didn't even see what I got for that one. Wasn't paying attention. There's Agi. Yeah. And some bronze. 33k. With the scenario daily still to come, I am playing a DPS character. Add-on recommendations for remix. Definitely Narcissus. Narcissus gives me this interface that lets me kind of pop gems in and out. It's really nice when you're leveling and you're replacing your gear all the time. It's still nice in a max level character, especially if you want to just like shuffle around your gems a little bit. But I haven't been leaning on it as heavily as I did in the first couple days. More threads. Oh, scenario time. Waiting room world bosses usually summon. Easy way to get across the continent. Oh. Alright, we are in Dark Heart of the Pandaria time. But this is just normal. And also, I've done this in Heroic a few times. It was just when I was at Fresh 70 with no scaling to speak of that it was really bad. Okay. Go! I'm pressing my buttons harder, like that's gonna help me. But I am doing more damage than yesterday. Like, I feel like 2 days ago I was doing like 100k. Yesterday I was doing like 200k. Today I'm doing like 300k, and that was outside of Lust. It does start to pick up. I'm telling you, I just gotta stick with it. I just need to sink another 100,000 bronze into my gear. It'll be great. It'll be great. It'll be worth it. I swear. Everyone knows pressing the buttons hard is more DPS. Million by the weekend or bust. Man, I want to do a million DPS so bad. I mean, I see people in some of these dungeons doing like 7 mil, 8 mil, 9 mil. But the first time I break 1 is going to be pretty exciting for me. I just got to keep up with my dailies. And I definitely need to get going on the Thunder King Trove situation. I feel bad that I haven't been doing it already, but you know what? I opened a fortune cookie recently, and it basically said better late than never. I think it worded it in a slightly more mystical sounding way, but it was pretty much doing it late is better than doing it never. Destroy the wall. In we go. Do you think your DPS increases are 100% gear or some of it by learning things? 100% gear and cloak. I'm doing the same rotation I've always been doing. It's not a complicated task. They did say in the post where they were talking about how they were not going to make upgrades any cheaper and they wanted people to feel confident buying them if they were gonna. They said something along the lines of how your power upgrades are not linear, they are exponential. And I don't do math, so I'm just gonna trust them that there's big things coming. I'm just gonna take it on faith. Which sure was a decision. Yeah, I'm glad that they're at least being transparent about their plans for it. It's better than it just being living in ambiguity of like, oh, I don't know what if they nerf it? I don't want to spend it because it might get cheaper. At least this way you cannot you know what they're gonna do, so you can either invest or not invest. They've still very much left the door open to themselves to buff bronze acquisition, and I think they almost certainly will, especially towards the end of the event. I think that there might be like a final kind of bronze bonanza. I don't know that. I'm just guessing based on how they tend to treat limited time events. Me and the missus have just started WoW. This is my first MMORPG. Overwhelmed with the action bars, what to press, any tips? How do I know what to have in my bar and what I shouldn't? 1 second, let me think about this.
Interrupt.
Uh-huh. It's tricky, especially when you're leveling super fast and you get like a ton of buttons. Because the way I used to like navigating that when I was new is I liked leveling a character. And then every time I would unlock a new button, either by a talent or just by leveling up, I would take some time to read it and I would like play around with it and whatnot. But nowadays you get so many of them that I feel like that is overwhelming to do. There's different things people can say. Some people will recommend that you use like an add-on that specifically recommends which buttons for you to press and when. That's certainly an option. There's probably some classes that you can play that don't have as many active buttons in the first place, so you can kind of get your feet under you with fewer buttons. But I think also an important thing is that it's all right if you're not doing it perfectly. Especially like, I mean, it's always all right, but especially when you're just getting started and you're questing and whatnot, there's a lot of different ways to kill a mob, and I wouldn't get too obsessed with doing it in the best possible way. I would just kind of experiment. I think that you can read a guide and it'll tell you exactly what to press and when. There's class guides on Wowhead for every class and spec, and they'll tell you what your rotation is. So you could look through that and then put those buttons on your bar and press them in the order they tell you to. But that's like a big like project. It is the right answer, but is it the fun answer? You know, that's up to you. There we go. So we got more haste, and we got our daily done, and we got more threads. Love to see it. Okie dokie. So I've got all 3 of my Bazaar dailies finished already. That's exciting because we've been in here for like, what, 25 minutes? I'm going to queue for a heroic scenario. And I guess a normal dungeon. And then the scenario will probably pop first, but it'll keep me in the queue because you get a greater bronze cache for doing each of those things. And then I'm going to kind of wend my way towards the portal to the Isle of Thunder so that I can do Nalik, I think. There's many decisions with Remix that are confusing or disappointing. Still enjoying it, but it's not anywhere close to meeting my expectations. I play a tank, and as long as I don't die, I can push any button I want. I think a great deal of us spent a long time just kind of winging it. And, oh, that's a rare. I wonder if I can blow up this rare before the queue goes away. I have 35 seconds. I have 24 seconds. He's almost dead. Oh, he's not dead yet. There he goes. Now he's almost dead. I wanted to get the threads. I got 3 epic threads for that. Plus bronze, you know. Okay. Managed to get the name Scarlet on Lightbringer. Nice. People sometimes just assume that names will already be taken, so they don't even try, and you can get some really good ones. One of the things that's really working for me right now about Remix is how fast-paced it is. Like, I've been in here for like, what, 25, 30 minutes, and I have done an LFR wing, a heroic dungeon, a world boss, a normal scenario, turned in a number of dailies, and like, it's just, you can do it all out so fast. And it feels like, because I'm so invested in getting these rewards that I'm getting from doing this content, doing them this fast feels like cheating. Like, it feels so gratifying to me right now to be able to just like zip through these dailies or like this content and then be earning all this bronze that I want to use to upgrade my gear and stuff. Epic Threads a 70 thing or a new thing since last weekend? You'll get bigger spools at higher levels. I don't know if epics are exclusively 70, but I would imagine you're going to get them from more types of things at 70. Source of evil found this way. Scenarios in particular can go really stinking fast once you have people that are geared. Like, there's a mage in here that's nearly at a level 400. They're 398, and they're absolutely blasting. Like how fast it is. I have so many new welts for Heritage Armor now. Hope you're doing well. Enjoying Kata. Worried about missing out on Remix. How difficult is it to obtain all the things? I'm a big completionist. Ooh, how difficult is it to obtain all of the things? It's, I would say medium. It kind of depends on how many of the things you're missing, because a lot of them are things that were already available previously in MOP. So for me, I already had all of like the rare MOP mounts, and which means that I got all of the new mounts in like the first 2 or 3 days. And then I got the rest of the new MOG. I guess I'm still missing a few things. But I've taken a break from collecting things because I'm having too much fun playing the power grind. I would say that you can probably get a great deal of the available things by playing for like a week. And the event's up for like another 80 days before it goes away. The exception would be if you're trying to collect like tusks of Manaroth. That's going to be a little bit more of a project investment because that's going to need you to run a bunch of Siege of Orgrimmar. Think Blizz will do more remixes with other X-Packs? Oh, I sincerely hope so. Oh man, I picked a bad time to press oh, it's fine. Yeah, I really hope so. I don't think it'll be like immediately. It's not going to be within the next like month or whatever after this one ends, but this is, I think, a really great thing that they can whip out whenever they have kind of a gap between content. Sort of like a late season lull or an end of expansion lull that they want to fill some time with. I hope it's not another 2 years before we get another one, but I guess even if it is, it'll probably go fast. Want some pizza? Burnt my thumb for it, instant blister style. Oh no! Careful eating it. If it can burn your thumb, it can probably burn your mouth. Pizza burns suck. BFA remix in a few years. Cooldowns! Well, I guess not all cooldowns because I guess I can use drums. Because I don't want to pull out a lost pet. And yeah, the other two classes both could have lost it. But were they gonna? Who's to say?
Run.
That's the, remember when I ran into the fence and died? Nice. Thank you very much. Oh, I forgot to loot that, but it'll just mail me the stuff. Shadowlands remix, please. What are you gonna do once you finish remix? War Within. I think this can keep me busy for a while. And if I really like finish remix and War Within pre-patch isn't here yet, I betcha I can do some cool stuff in beta or alpha. Okay, so I have done. I think I need to do a normal dungeon still, but I believe I'm in queue for it. Can I kill this? How much health do you have? 2 mil. Easy. I don't have all my cooldowns up, but that's okay. I just feel like everything I do right now in Remix is so valuable. Like, I feel like all of it is helping so much with this goal that I'm invested in. For WoD, they could remix the garrisons by instance matching all the folks who'd made the same garrison decisions, making the pet circle, garden, and mines individual. Be kind of a neat idea. I think that WoD remix would have some good things. The end game would be a bit sticky. Where's the Yowler? The end game would be tricky. There must be a cave. The question to me is where? Is it here? It is here. Because the zone questing was incredible. Nothing says they have to redo all of the garrison stuff because we didn't do the Sunsong Ranch in Pandaria, and remixes, you know, people are disappointed, but we're gonna be okay. There were great dungeons and there were great raids. I don't know. It's missing something. I hope eventually they get through all of it. All of the different things. I feel like they have to let you do some garrison stuff because if you completely take garrisons out of Warlords, it barely functions. So many things were based out of the garrisons. If anything, they would use your garrison as an infinite bazaar. Alright, I'm not doing these quests at this time. What I want to do is I want to pop through this portal and go look for Nalek. Not sure about the world bosses, but I had a guildie who looted the mount from Hulan. Oh. Yeah, if Hulan can drop its mount, I would assume the rest of them can as well. Give me a Legion remix. I won't see the sun for weeks. And this should be our normal dungeon queue. I'm already up 10k bronze from when we started. Do I want to do this? Yeah, right, just for the cash. So this one's just normal, which should make it even faster. Chat, can I have a list of words? Any words? I was playing Spelling Bee. I got influenced by my mother. I was talking to her about how my partner and I play Wordle and Connections every day, like the New York Times web word games. And she was like, "Oh, do you guys do Spelling Bee?" And I'm like, "No, because we didn't have a membership or whatever. We didn't have an account at the time." And she's talking about how her and her partner do Spelling Bee every day together, and I guess she talked me into it because we got the account, we started doing it. It's hard. It's really hard to get up to the genius rank. Yeah, we play Connections every day. This morning I was real happy. We managed to do it just by accident, in total reverse difficulty order. We got the purple one first, and then the blue one, and then the yellow one, and then the green one. I played those two, and the mini as well. We just started doing the mini. We did the first mini, and then we were like, oh, that was cool. Let's do the big crossword. And then we were like, oh, dear Lord. Because neither of us really have any experience doing crosswords. And I guess I just don't understand crossword clues. Plus, I'm missing out on big banks of trivia knowledge. There's huge stretches of things that I just won't know because pop culture has fragmented too much, I think. We do the games together. We do them all together. We used to do Wordle separately, and then like compare notes on it, but we do it together. We'll like take turns picking the first word, and then we'll like suggest what to try for the next word, and we'll brainstorm it together. It's cute. It's fun. Board games have epics and rares too. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, I forgot to loot the blade. My pets are just on a target dummy. Oh, this DH is level 20. And their scaling is nuts. That's great. You have a diverse vocabulary. It must be legendary. So, spelling bee has been driving me bananas because it'll use words. Like, we'll be like, well, what about this? And I'll be like, that's not a word. And then we'll try it, and then it is a word. And then I'm like, excuse me? Like, yesterday's spelling bee had, like, G and L and E and O and P. So we were like, gleep, gloop, glop, glopping, and they were all words. And I was like, what on earth is gleep and gloop and glop? And they're all just, you know, for shoveling viscous substances. Like, it's all the same thing. And I'm like, excuse me? You wouldn't let me have, because sometimes, like, I'll try a word that I feel like really should have been or should have counted, and it doesn't. But you'll give me gleep, like, excuse me? Going for Dairy Queen, should I get a blizzard or a milkshake? Used to use a word that summed up my day as the first word for Wordle. It was fun thinking about what that word could be. Oh, that's a cool idea. Oh, I'm not fighting. I should be fighting. That's a cool idea. I usually just try to think of just any random word that's 5 letters that has 2 vowels in it. Maybe 3 if I'm feeling fancy. I know people like to start Wordle with like 4 vowel words like meow and adieu and whatever, but I like just YOLO in it. I'm trying to remember what word. I don't think it's gonna come to me. We tried a word the other day that I was so mad didn't count. And it wasn't just like a gaming word, it was something else. Oh well. You know what? I'm not on this quest anymore. I didn't do it. I didn't bother to pick up the sword, and I don't have time to do it now. Large crosswords are brutal. I don't think that way. Yeah, the mini is fun. The mini at least feels manageable, especially because we're both new to crosswords. So we will sometimes mess with the auto check where it tells you whether or not you're on the right track with a word. Because I need all the training wheels I can get. I'm not used to crosswords. Because it's very satisfying when you do figure out, like, I mean, I guess that's the whole point of crosswords. People that have gotten newspapers have known this for decades, but like, it's very satisfying when you figure out what a clue is, and then you're like, oh yeah, and then this letter fits with this one. Like, that's, I guess, the whole point. But when you're just barking up the wrong tree, or you're just completely confused, like, I don't know who the Arkansas governor was in X year. Devour crosswords as a kid. Do the mini and the Monday crossword. Others are too hard for me. Oh, I think I forgot. I read something because I was reading like more about how they do spelling bee. And they mentioned something about how they don't explicitly try to make it any easier or harder on a given day. Like the crossword. And I guess it only clicked to me now that means that the crossword is harder on certain days of the week. What's today? Thursday? The question is Arkansas governor. It's Bill Clinton. No, it's something Hutchinson. It might not have been a governor. Also, I didn't finish that crossword puzzle, so it's pretty moot. 87, thank you for the 3-month resub. Enjoy the Prime. Why, thank you. Awesome. See, you guys are good at this. That did work with the letters. And I was confused as to why there was an A at the end and an A at the beginning and an A at the end, because I had the other two parts, and I'm like, I don't even know a first name that is like that. It's probably not Abba. I'm looking for Nalik is what I'm doing here. Or I'm just waiting for it, I suppose. But hey, I got the name Duolingo too. Is it a hunter that's going to have a green owl? Pro crossword hint, a black and white cookie is an Oreo. I just live in Oklahoma, so I tangentially know what's going on next door. I used to think I was too young for games like crosswords in the newspapers when I was a kid, or like Trivial Pursuit, because they would want me to know things that were like, you know, smash hits in like the 80s or even 90s or worse before then. Or like politicians and stuff. It's like, I don't know. Didn't think you needed a sub to play Spelling Bee. I don't, and I play it every day. That's weird, because I feel like we tried to play Spelling Bee a bunch of times. We ended up just paying the game sub because we, like, I don't know, vigorously look forward to doing these games every single day together, so it felt like they'd kind of earned our money. But then I was reflecting on it. I was like, man, they really made their investment back on whatever they paid for Wordle. I don't know if the numbers have checked out yet, but they got a little bit of our money for it. I used to do Wordle for free, and I was very offended that it had been acquired. And I was like, well, I'm never going to pay for Wordle, and I didn't pay for Wordle, but Wordle got me into Connections, and Connections got me into Spelling Bee. And at some point, they separated us from some cash. Fun gaming variants in Wordle, too. Friends and I do Pokeel today, where we guess a Gen 1 Pokemon. I never got into one of the Wordle variants that uses like a specific word pool, because I feel like I would just play it the same way as regular Wordle, except that I would not be able to think of any words that like I thought matched the set. The new Strands game is neato. I'll keep that in mind. We haven't tried all of the games, but I feel like at some point we're going to. We didn't finish Spelling Bee this morning. We got most of the way through it, but I ran out of time, so I'm going to come back to it later. Did you know I have a cat on my lap? She's sleepy. Oh, yes, please. Thank you. Is it up? Is it coming up? Oh, it is up. I was going to say, I don't see a dragon, but it's literally up. Here we go.
Run out.
Part and I do global every day together. That's a hoot. I think it's so cute how many other couples also do these word games together. When we're doing them, I was like, I feel like we're such dorks, but like, it's so fun. Nice. All right. So now it's done. I need to do Shaw, Galleon, and then the Timeless boss still for like my quote unquote daily. I'm gonna you bust out an Oswin's voucher to get me back to town. Wife and I also play every day before we go to bed. Aww. Oh yeah, Ordos. I forgot about Ordos. That's right. I have that. I can do that now. Let me do Shaw first, because that's just like a hop, skip, and a jump up this way. And then if there's any rares in the way, then by all means, up to 34k threads on the cloak. I haven't spent all my bronze yet, but I figure I can probably do that. Well, you know what? Let's spend some bronze. What do we earn it for if not to dump it into our gear? So anything that's not 388 needs to get caught up to 388. There we go. Was that the last piece? I think that was my last piece of non-388 gear. So now I'm saving up 9k, and we're close, but we're not quite there. Oh, maybe we can do it if we scrap, actually. Let's scrap all the stuff that we got. And that'll be for my next bow upgrade. And it's an epic bow. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I'm so fancy. It's not gonna be quite enough, is it? Oh, you know what'll make it enough? Haha! I had an extra armor gem that I was never gonna socket. Alright. One upgrade to bow, please. It'll take it from 388 up to 402, give me an extra 511 agility, 400 extra stamina, and 15 crit. I'm pleased. I'm up to 372 with that. There are times when being dorky is the best of times. Managed to get back into reading by starting a new book series. Oh, nice. What are you reading? Why is Remix getting as much hate? Started playing it last night. In-game chat full of hate. That is, I don't want to call it a mistake because that's a little too victim blamey. But one of the first things I like to do in any mode of WoW is get out of public chat. Good things don't happen there. Just /leave 4. You'll feel a lot better. There's a streamer that got me to follow her almost entirely by calling her channel The Dorkness. 402 in the remix, the same stats as a 402 in retail? That's a great question. I don't know. I think your cloak throws things kind of wildly out of proportion. I let my D&D brain decide, starting on the 33 plus book series about Dris Do'Urden. Oh, cool. Achoo. That's a comfy kitty cat. Oh, I had a story from the other day that I forgot to tell you guys yesterday. I got busted for something that I thought I would never get caught on. I have a hat, and it's a ball cap, that has like a picture of a moose on it. I bought it secondhand because I thought it was cool. And it's like a piece of tourism merch from Alaska. And I've never been to Alaska, but it's a cool hat. I like it. It's got a moose on it. I think I actually acquired the hat well before I named my dog Moose. I think I just have like a complex. But I was like, no one's ever going to actually like know, that I've never been to Alaska. How would anybody ever know that? And I was the other day, tag it, out for a walk. And my dog introduces me to somebody like he does. Because he'll just like, if he sees somebody that's looking at him, he'll be like, no, that person wants to meet me. And he'll stop. And he'll park his butt until he gets to say hi to this person. So I was meeting somebody and chatting with them. And we were just having a conversation. And they saw my hat. They're like, what does your hat say? Alaska? Have you been? And I went, no. And it finally happened. I finally got absolutely, I mean, I don't think they minded. It was like an older gentleman, and he was like a little confused, but he just kind of like shook it off and kept going. Yeah, at least he didn't say yes and then get caught. I was reflecting later that I was glad I didn't try to lie about it, because that would have fallen apart really fast. Shaw of Anger is what I'm looking for, but I can also just kind of wait for it to come back. I guess I should look for Anger, because if they just say Shaw, they might mean Terrace. The same thing happened to me. An Alaskan sweatshirt. I was questioned by 2 Mormon missionaries in a street corner in north of England. The shame. Started listening to the Wandering Inn audiobook. So good. Favorite book series. We're on the 3rd book now. You're a fan? Name 5 albums. Yeah, good old-fashioned gatekeeping. I think I would like to visit Alaska one day. Although I feel like I would be more likely to visit the Yukon or, one of the northern Canadian provinces. Or what if I just, like, moved up to, like... I mean, I would hate it, I'm sure. But what if I moved up to, like, the far north of BC where you're just, like, Alaska adjacent? But I get to stay in the same province, technically. GF got me a basketball shirt from SATX. Some guy started talking to me about it, and I was like, huh? I'm looking for Shaw of Anger. Up. Yes. Please. Invite me. These soundtracks are so good. Are we fighting? We're fighting. Those die so fast now. I remember the first day of South Galleon, it was not like that. Agi. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm lucky. Alright, I'm going to go do Galleon. My partner and I are making a trip to Canada, going to Jasper and Banff in a few days. Oh, you guys are going to have such a good time. I've never been to either place, and as far as I understand, they're all gorgeous. I mean, I got into fishing after I started wearing fish-related shirts because I thought the shirts were cool. So it wouldn't be that outlandish or far-fetched for me to plan vacations and tourism based on going to the places that I already own secondhand tourism merch for. That's not that unreasonable, you know? I have that big, like, bright blue pullover sweater that has the big fish on it. That is for a place in Canada that's out east somewhere that I forget the name of at this exact moment, but I could check the shirt, plan a trip there, you know? Do I have a clue on how to gear? Absolutely not. In or within? Yeah. We'll all figure it out then. Blowing my mind, you live in BC, never been to Jasper or Banff. I have this thing where I don't go anywhere. It upsets my parents to no end. Because they're like, well, you have a car. You know, you're a free human. What do you mean you haven't been to all of these places? And I'm like, the other day, I went to the grocery store instead of ordering groceries to come to me. That's a pretty big deal. And they're looking at me like, Hazel, come on. Going to Vegas because of the stripper shirt? No, that shirt is Cape Cod. That is Ocean Fish of Cape Cod. Like, I can count on one hand the number of times I've been to Vancouver. And that's like a ferry ride away. Should I just like start one of these? Yeah. I'm on the island. I'm in Victoria. Beta June 5th. Let's go. Level of your cloak in the buff bar. So in the buff bar, you can see what stats your cloak has with the Time Runner's Advantage buff. If you want to see specifically how many threads you have, you need like an add-on or a weak aura for that, unless you want to add all of these stats together. And you know, who wants to do math? So I'm at 34,000 threads, and it's Narcissus that's telling me that. Okay, so that's Galleon. Let's go to the Timeless Isle next. In fairness, I've driven through a lot of Canada, and there are a lot of terrible drivers in this country. I think there's terrible drivers everywhere. I think that there is not a single place in the world where everybody drives well. I think that relative to other places that I've been, people are pretty good here, at least. People are still occasionally nuts, but I find that it is sometimes the drivers, it is sometimes the pedestrians, it is sometimes the cyclists that are behaving unpredictably. But for the most part, relative to what it was like in like Portland, for example, this place is utopia. Ferry ride does that a lot of time. But now people do find more or less, by and large, you just pay attention, hope for the best, you know. Ton of terrible drivers in the road today. Everyone driving the wrong way, honking at me, flashing their high beams. Talk about rude. One of those three things is not like the others. People honking, people flashing high beams. Oh, I get it. I am so dumb. Okay, I'm gonna retire now. Oh no. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna blush for 5 minutes and then pretend that never happened. I'm in Florida. There's always an accident no matter where I go. The thing that really gets me sometimes here, that I find the most shocking, is in town specifically, you'll get pedestrians jaywalking in the most dangerous places at the most dangerous times. Like literally across like a freeway. You'll just have somebody walking across, you know, and they'll like stand for a minute looking aimless on like the painted median, not even a barrier median or anything, like on a highway. Just being like, well, I'm going over there, and I'm looking over there like there's bush, like it's not civilization. I don't know. I don't think I'd like any of the answers to any of those questions. Or people like just like crossing in an intersection, but like fully while oncoming traffic has a green light. I don't know. What are you gonna do? Hit him? Yeah, exactly. Like you just have to pay attention, but it's frightening. I got spools at you again, and some crit. Love to see it. Hi, kitty cat. And then let's go poke around at Ordos. And then that would be done for my world boss tour. So I've done 2 scenarios, 2 dungeons, 1 LFR wing. It looks like I'm able to get my dailies done in approximately 1 hour. I think that's about the amount of time it takes me to do all of the world bosses, 2 dungeons, 2 scenarios, and an LFR wing. Including queue times, as long as you're running queue times like on top of each other. You know, you queue up for like the longest thing, like a dungeon and the raid, and then you're in queue for one while you're doing the other one. Cloak is at 23k, don't have the infinite power. VII, what level do you need for that? You almost certainly have it. 4,200 threads is the final infinite power achievement. Check your bags and or your toy box to see if you have any of these like celestial toys, like this Fury of Juin would be one that you could try. That, like, if you have those, then you have done the achievement. Otherwise, you're just giga bugged somehow. Boss back from lunch, time to go into lurk mode. Well, all these other people also on their way to Ouroboros. Hey, my 5 bones of mana are off. Maybe I should be trying to do normal siege. Like heroic siege is clearly too much for me right now, especially if they've made it trickier. Which I don't know if that was what they did, but like I guess I just don't understand exactly what they've done. Have that toy, still don't have the achieve. Bugged? Yeah, that toy comes from that achievement. I would say you're most likely looking at like some weirdness with your achievement window viewing. I wonder if there's a script you could run that would check your achievement completion status. But like that toy comes from that achievement. Just not lit up. Weird, yeah. Do more hot fixes since the ward nerf yesterday? There was some kind of post. There was a post that they put up. This thing is up. I don't think I'm going to worry about it though. If I was farming Ordon dudes, like these guys, how bad are they? I don't think I'm going to do Xiao Hao rep. I don't see a great reason to do it. Because I got the pet, right? I'm pretty sure I got... Yeah, because I got it for doing the LFG achievement, for doing all the different world bosses. So I have the little Astral Cloud Serpent pet. But the difficulty scaling, read that before coffee, memory vague. Yeah, I also don't have... Oh, I got another Nosman's voucher. I also don't have a super close idea of it. Thanks for your courage doing a heroic siege. I also got to do a siege. Got a heroic Gary kill. Nice. If you just FOS rep, that's why you should do it. But like for what, you know? They're not going to give me an outfit or a pet or like a hug. Missing only one FOS achieve will haunt me. Collecting, yeah. I guess I don't collect everything. I collect some things. I collect mounts and pets. And I guess transmog. Although I'm more casual about transmog than the other things. But I certainly don't... I don't know. I've never been one to get achievements just for their own sake. Man, it's so weird being up here. I never used to get up here because I just didn't have the cloak or whatever. People probably don't list Ordos, do they? We just wait for it to come back up. You can upgrade the gear that your Tinker Gems go into, and that will make the gems stronger. You can't upgrade the gems themselves, the Tinker Gems themselves. I feel like I want to farm mobs in the area while I'm waiting, but like if I do that, I'm gonna... I got 20 Xiao Hao rep from killing that other guy. Like I'm gonna miss it. Don't buy the things, never use it, just have to see the bar is full. I wonder if my rare scanner will yell at me if it comes up. Oh, so close. I wanted to land on that thing. I can try again in 12 seconds. I mostly just overshot the angle. Ha ha ha! Oh. I got 15 timeless coins. Wow. I was so proud of myself for a brief moment. Love that they included world drops that are recolors of raid drops in raid. Got a cool golden dragon spell sword because of that. Oh. Keep it door shadows cogwheel gem in my bag. Oh yeah, that would have been a good idea too. Only 50k more for the mount. I have that mount already. I think I'm holding on to like a Timeless Isle quest that wants me to get 1,000 coins, but I also haven't finished the tour, which would give me 500. And I don't really know what I want to do that quest for at this point. So I definitely want to do at least one more achievement, at least this one for the Shav Corruption illusion. I can't decide if I want to do it on Squidgy or not. I think it would be good for her cloak to do it, but it would be like free leveling to not do it. Although if I get all of these like meta achievements and extra rewards and stuff done on my main, then it's not like I can't level my ults anymore. It's just that I can definitely do it in whatever way I want. Oh, order stuff. Whenever you see people like starting to vanish, it's a good indicator that there might be a group up that other people are joining. Okay, that is dead. You missed it. I missed it. Have you moved across the world with a meteor chip and an umbrella toy active? No. I haven't. I don't even use the yak fur. I'm boring. Go on your main character, kill Ordos now. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm doing it for threads. This is my main character for threads. I want Ordos. I guess I can clean up my bags in the meantime. Those are crit shoulders. I have crit shoulders already. Oh. Is that rare like a... I've never done that rare before. I mean, Ordos is up now, but there's a guy. You know. Ordos will come and go. What's this? What's the deal with this? How do you fight him? I've never done this rare, I don't think. Oh, he's stabilizing to give people time to get here. Oh, I understand. I get it. I get it. Cool. Yeah, he's hiding. We can hit him in 12 seconds. Okay, there we go. He's been tagged. Yeah, they don't live long. Oh. So that's not like crazy rep, but really good threads. I got 4 purple stam threads, a crit, and a speed thread. Oh, and Rudis is up. That's nice. Bet you we can just fight it. Make sure we tag it, because you never know when somebody who's super juiced is going to just delete something. Same thing on retail right now. Oh, interesting. Okay. What time is it? 18 after 10. I think after this, I'm going to take my character back home and... Excuse? Don't use metagems. Yeah, I guess there's some kind of a bug. It's funny seeing people talking like orcish about this. Metagems bug them sometimes. Oh, that's a bummer. Ugh. Oh, he's back. I won't use mine, although I didn't last time. Okay. All right. Everything's cool. We're good. We're good. Let's use our greater spool. Mastery. Nice. Up to 35k threads. I'm going to head back. I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back. Don't mind me. I lost a earbud, but it was just in my pocket. There we go. All right. I am done like my quote unquote dailies. Things that I really felt like I needed to do for the day for this character. But I also don't feel ready to go play my alt just yet because I need to do... There's like a scenario. And in order to do it, I think I need to do more just regular Throne of Thunder questing to even unlock the Shadowpan Assault rep. So I think what I want to do is not Flight Path because that's going to take too long. Holy smokes, DVK Joe, thank you very much. 10 gift subs, holy smokes, appreciate it. Congrats to those who picked him up. Holy macaroni and cheese. At least it wasn't under your chair this time. I have like a backup pair now because I looked for those other ones for so long and then eventually replaced them and finally found the missing one. I've finally done all rated chiefs. Could buy the Manaroth shoulders. Oh, cool. Yeah, there's an argument to be made for me doing more Siege of Orgrimmar, but I want to just get... I want to get a little stronger. I want to be able to be like one of the carries in at least normal Siege. And I don't... Like, my gear's doing better, but I don't think I'm there yet. I want to get up to like 400. And I've got 35k cloak threads, and I want like way more than that. So I got some more work to do. I want to do some questing. Oh, rares. The Yowler. I did this one earlier. It was right inside here. And we can do it again. Oh, I hope you feel better soon, Cersei. You know, one of the worst part about my burnt thumb? Can't use the mouse. This is your time to... Something interpretive dance. Xbox Connect. Need max item level for mythic rating. A good group. Oh, that's a lot of stam. How much health do I have now? 1 mil, almost 1.1 mil without any fortitude on me right now. And without my tenacity. Hi, I'll help you. I know. I feel like you haven't been spammed enough. Beta June 5th, we got it. Hi, kitty cat. Welcome back. Okay, I was heading this way. Yeah, I want like 5 mil health. That's when I'll feel slightly safer. And I want to work on these quests for a little bit. We've got some more individual missions. I was doing these, but I was doing them really late at night, and I just ran out of time. Oh, you've pinned something fancy. I didn't even know you could do that. Intercept Zandalari Patrol. Alrighty. A comic I like went to the ER because she thought she'd swallowed an AirPod. Turned out she just lost it. I think I've seen that bit. Is that Taylor Tomlinson? I mean, I'm sure people have swallowed AirPods before. Sentry totems deactivated. I don't like the look of this. I have a bad feeling I'm making a path for myself, and if I do a bad job, I'm going to regret it. Although path for myself to where? Okay. I think that we're nearly towards the end of this campaign, though, just because when I was looking at the achievement, there was only like 2 little nuggets of it left, I think. Marked crew members neutralized. Oh, it's a stealth mission. I don't know about you guys. Sneak up behind him. Listen, I don't... What am I, a rogue? Can't I just... I don't know if I'm gonna be allowed to. Mission made me giggle so much in the inside. I'm probably gonna break it by just refusing to sneak. She said, into the smoke. Okay, alright, I'm sneaky again. Don't mind me. Siege weapons trapped. I'm gonna mark her so I don't lose her, because I think that's part of my problem. Very stealthy. According to Narcissus, Cloak has 76k threads. Is that good? You've got more than twice as many as me. I'd say that's good. What can I judge it by if not myself? The only weird one I've ever seen was an adult who had swallowed a whole stack of quarters. I'd say weird, but if there's anything that I've learned about humans is that there's enough of us that someone has done everything. He broke the marked crew member neutralized objective. That may indeed be the case. I think I'm allowed to kill him. She's hitting him, so I think I'm allowed to hit him. Because, like, I feel like violence is a perfectly acceptable way to neutralize people in this situation. I don't know what she wants now. Walk up the deck and pull stuff. Yeah. Let me, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just get ahead of this. I'm gonna wow head it sooner rather than later. I can usually save myself some time doing that. There's almost always a write up. This is not a complete walkthrough. If you lose your stealth. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start this one over. Curious about your keep stats. Hi! I have 35k threads, which is about 15k stamina, 3800 main stat. I think I've got quite lucky with main stat. I've got about 3300 leech, 4k mastery, that kind of thing. Small stat game. Listen, there's nowhere to go but up. Rings and trinkets are from achievements. One ring is from doing all of the heroic dungeons. One ring is from all heroic raids. One trinket is just from level 70. Or not heroic raids, pardon me. Heroic dungeons and heroic scenarios. One trinket's from level 70. The other one is from the escalation achievement, which is quite easy to do. You can just do a couple scenarios in like a dungeon. And then the neck is from doing all the raids on normal. Okay. I really hope that doesn't hit the tree. Okay. Alright, so this time I'm gonna make sure I don't just hit anybody. The ones that are disabled are marked. Alright. I'm gonna just dismiss my pet for the moment. I don't think it... Oh, I don't have a pet. I don't think it super matters. Alright, so they're marked with a little bouncing red arrow. I just need to stick with her a little bit. I'm like not breathing. This is so tense for some reason. Okay. My hunter pet's just sprinting by. You know what you should play? Dishonored. Yeah, you think? Oh. Okay. Alright. Better. Aw. This is a real cuddly kitty cat. No one understands Dark Animus fighting TOT. Mm-hmm. Eventually, if you get lucky and you get like one or two people in the group that are super geared, you can just bypass the mechanics entirely. You just kill it so fast that it doesn't really matter. Although it's probably harder to do now without ward cheese. Forgot how much of a glow up the Zandalari got. Oh. Okay, he's waking up. For a moment I'm like, he's dead already. I killed him last time. Okay. How do you get your character to have 2 different names? It's a title. I've got a title on. I'm Salty Squidgy. I could be Chef Squidgy. Smelly Squidgy. Stay clear of the sentry totems. So we really did clear a path. Although I think I cleared to the door when I needed to clear further up the hill. I wonder if I can just kind of go around. Oh yeah, look at that. You did it! That wasn't so bad. Hello, Hazel. Love how you're still making WoW content for such a long time. Well, thanks for checking back in. Maybe you'll still be here in another 10 years. I'd be alright with that. Okay. You get a little, you get some threads for that. Speak to solo instance. I think this might be the last solo instance. This one looks like I'm allowed to just kind of fight things a little more. I've gotten quite attached to Squidgy. I didn't think I would enjoy... Well, that's not true. I was going to say I didn't think I would enjoy Gnome Hunter this much, but that's a bald lie. I knew it was going to be fun. I don't know why I didn't have a Gnome Hunter this whole time. I don't know why I didn't make a Gnome Mage. I made a Panda Mage. Just in case they ever had Heritage Armor, I suppose. New main for War Within? Nah. I won't leave my priest again. I've learned. I've had my rom-com ending. You could make Squidgy your War Within main. I think my everything will be better off if I don't try to main a hunter. I think it makes a great alt, and I could certainly keep it geared. Although she'd have to compete with my other hunters. I have the human hunter, and I have the Darkspear Troll hunter, and we have the Draenei hunter. You know, you gotta pick one. But I gotta be a priest. I will put more effort into keeping a shadow set up to date, though, so that I can kind of flex to and from healing without needing to switch characters in the War Within. That's a big thing for me, is to be a better DPS flex, because there's more people that want to heal, and they won't always need me to heal, so I need to be able to move off and do damage too. It's just hard because Shadow Priest is kind of unfun to play in dungeons sometimes. But I do want to be able to do damage without having to change characters, I think. Pretty sure. No more Mecha Gnome Mage could be cute. I want to switch to Evoker. It was not fun in every dungeon or raid. Let me in. Oh, she's not in the shot. I was gonna say, you guys see this kitty cat? She's got like one paw lashed onto my wrist, and then she's using that paw as like a pillow for herself. Oh. Mechanome could make a cool looking time mage theme. I had a Mechanome mage that I played in Shadowlands. I didn't keep her though. She was a fire mage. She had a big ponytail. It's always been peculiar to me that Mechanomes can have like bionic eyes and ears, but they draw the line at hair dye. Like they won't have pink or purple hair. Or green or blue. I guess they just wanted to make them more distinct from regular gnomes. There we go. Oh, that actually was worth it because I get a legendary spool for doing the campaign and a greater bronze cache. Plus, now that we can get out of here and turn that in, missed opportunity to give them wire hair. That gives us the dailies. Nice. We got crit. Very good. Sitting on 2k bronze. And I'm pretty sure I have saved up Charms of Good Fortune for the key to the Palace of Lei Shen. Yeah. I do want to do that. I'm a little nervous about doing it. Although I don't want to keep turning those in. I want to save those charms so I can get that done as a daily every day. You know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to pull up a Wowhead page. Wowhead did a write-up on this Lei Shen thing. And I want to refresh my memory before I go in. Oh my goodness, the 10 million stat cap increase was an increase, not a nerf. The way when people were talking about it, I thought they had nerfed a cap onto it, but they bumped the cap up. That's funny. I want to go back a week here, back a page. I think that's the reason why I don't like Mechanome as much. Don't like the neutral hair colors. Yeah. Oh yeah, Gene Trading Post. What is it? I saw this. Wowhead comes out with articles so fast now. Trove of the Treasure King. That's right. Okay. Let's do a little reading together. Characters can get a lot of daily threads from the daily Trove of the Treasure King scenario mop remix. To unlock it, you need to unlock the Isle of Thunder. Unlock the island, continue along the quest chain until you unlock dailies, which is what I've just done. Every day, the first time you turn in the 10 Lesser Charms daily, you will get a key to the Palace of Lei Shen. You can earn 1 key per day, but you can stock up on keys and grind them all out whenever you have time. The goal is to loot as many chests as you can before the 5-minute timer runs out. For every chest you open, there's a chance for a burial trove key to drop, which allows you to open bonus chests at the end. If you make it to the exit within 5 minutes, you get an extra burial trove key. If you don't get the extra key, but you still get to open bonus chests at the end. There are 4 main rooms separated by 3 locked doors. In order to open the locked doors, you need to pull a lever. Okay. So lever 1 is on the left of the stairs to the door. And apparently that's also where lever 2 is. When you enter room 3, the locked door is on the right. Take the path to the left, and the lever is sitting on the left side of the crumbled staircase. I'm not going to remember that, but I'm going to read it one more time. The third lever. When I enter the third room, there's a locked door on the right. Take a path to the left, and the lever will be on the left side of the crumbled staircase. Lots of levers on the left. Between room 1 and 2 and 3, there's a small hallway with some chests on the side. Okay, there are 2 types of chests, a small one with red markings and a larger brown one. The big brown ones tend to contain more loot, spawn more frequently in later rooms. The end of it has a small boss carrying 1 large chest. Try to get here every time. You only have 5 minutes, you need to make the most of your time. Skip rune 1 entirely. Use green runes, pull the lever, go to room 2. The lever will be on the left of the stairs to the door. Room 2, bunch of chests. Focus on just large chests, and that's fine. Pull the lever, head to room 3, which is on the left of the stairs to the door. Almost nothing in room 3. Pull the lever on the left, go to the final room. Straight for the boss first. Use the remaining time to loot any remaining chests and leave in time. For your first couple runs, would not recommend getting chests on the side. It eats a lot of time, but once you're comfy, there's a decent amount of large chests in this room. Okay. Don't forget to open your bonus chests at the end. Full run should get you around 1,000 bronze. decent amount of spools. I should probably watch this. Icon911, thanks for the 2-month resub. Yeah, that's where the third lever is. Guide doesn't suggest using the extra items you buy with timeless coins. They talk about it at the end. Or they talk about using some kind of consumable. Once you're more comfortable, you can start using special items. But they sell them for lesser charms, which you can also use for other stuff. So it's... I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to mute that. And I'm going to watch it. So you go in there. Trove of the Thunder King. Gish! Thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Limited time. Alright, so in the first room. Sprinting along. Zip, 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 zoom. Zip, 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 zoom. On the left by the stairs. That's the lever. Alright. And then... Oh. Okay, so they're working on hallways. Consumables not needed at all. I don't want to do it perfectly. I just feel like watching one run through is going to kind of help me not absolutely like flail about and accomplish nothing on my first one. So it looks like there's just lots of traps and whatnot. And we want like those brown and the red and gold chests. I want to look at what a larger chest is. That's a Mogu treasure chest. They have bronze. Yeah, so apparently you can get a key for this every day. Oh, those are the big chests, I see. Thought this was you. No, I'm watching the Wowhead run through. The brownish are the large ones, okay. I think even just zipping through the first room and focusing on the second room, making sure we make it to the end is going to be pretty big. So I see the lever. It's on the left of the stairs by the door, but it's a little bit more over towards the wall. They blend in. You can do world bosses quite early. I don't see any reason why you couldn't do them at, like, basically level 10, but they might not start to scale to you until you get to the correct level for the zone that they're in. Okay. I'm not trying to, like, memorize the route or anything like that. I'm just kind of seeing how much they loot. And then getting through the hall. Zip, 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 zoom, zoom. Ow. Man, they've got 5 mil health. Where's the timer on it? You can see how much they've looted. Reach the exit before the timer expires. They must have like a timer somewhere on the UI that is for this scenario. I see the counter, but I don't actually see a timer. Yellow debuff with the arrow hands. Oh, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing any of that. Oh, that's where the lever is actually. Oh, okay. I think. Or maybe that's just a way to get over here. I thought that was where the lever was. That's not the lever? Okay. It looked like a lever. I want to see where the boss... That's the lever. Okay. Just mounted right on the stairs. So it's always on the left side. Yeah. This is something that you can do every day for bronze and threads. And it's apparently a really good way to get threads specifically. So there's the boss. And then there's just a bunch of chests. I want to see what happens when the timer runs out. Three, two. Holy smokes. I guess you have to talk to her before the timer runs out then. And then it puts you into like a bonus room. That's funny. Okay. All right. I think I have the basic idea. I'm sure I'm not going to do anywhere close to that well, but at least I know what it looks like now. And I also know that I will start it from over there. You always get ported to the room? Okay. No, that wasn't me. I said the leaves are always in the same place. Yeah. You're able to get exalted with a Black Prince in Remix. I don't know. I was like, wow, you're doing great. Oh my goodness, thank you. Yeah, you're about to witness something that is nowhere close to that good. But it's better than yesterday, because yesterday I didn't do it because I didn't even have this set up. So anything is better than nothing. Aw. Hi, kitty kit. You're so grunty. I think she's having a good morning. She sounds like a dove. She's cooing. Yeah. I didn't do Isle of Thunder very much, if at all, during MOP the first time around, and it's one of those things that I've never really come to grips with and like parsed out exactly what's going on in it. I mean, I used to come here all the time to farm mounts, but like to farm specifically the raid mounts, I would do Throne of Thunder for G-Kun and the other one. Cover ritual stones. Oh, sure. Yeah, fine. Okay, so we have the daily for Treasure of the Thunder King. Timed raid in his treasure convoy. Okay. I'm ready. Maybe it's time for you to get Stormbreaker. I'm going to turn off details. Because I don't have nearly as many threads either as that person does. I don't have as much health. I'm probably not as fast. Although I'm probably not unfast with Double Trailblazer. I'm not going to buy any of this stuff. Alright. Go! Alright, the first room has been skipped. Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm gonna focus on... Whoa. Okay. I'm gonna focus on, I guess, big brown chests. Like that one. And then I guess if anything else is like on top of me. Oh, what legendary spool? Cool. Not mad at that.
Kill Big Ad.
Okay. Yeah, so let's just have like little bits of bronze. Yeah, the big brown ones have spools, which is pretty cool. Ow, 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 ow. Don't mind me. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to jump up there. I have to go around. I've got 3 minutes. Oh, that actually counts. Okay. Wow. Ow. Okay. Careful, careful, careful. Don't mind me. Fire hurts, lightning hurts. It all hurts. I have turtle up. Oh. Okay. Sometimes things do more than hurt. Let's master's call? Question mark? Don't mind me. Important things good to know. I have 3 minutes left. I already got a legendary spool, so I'm pretty pleased with myself. I feel like I want to not run on the red ones. How am I going to loot that? Like this. So there's my last lever for a door. I guess the door's not over here. I wonder if the door's over there? Aww. "62 seconds. Tense music. Do 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 do. Yeah, I do not blow it up as fast as that person did. But we do blow it up. So we killed him. We can loot these guys. Another legendary spool. Shanse ritual stone. And then I guess I just want to loot as much as I have time for. We've got 23 seconds left.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I think that's about it.
1.
So then they should stick me into the end. And we turn in the quest. We get a burial trove key. We have 5 burial trove keys, so we can loot another 5 of these guys. 1, 2. I'm getting tattered historical parchment. I don't know if those are good for anything. I was kind of hoping I was going to get like big spools from these. I got like a purple thread. I got 1 thread. I suppose that's fine. And then that's it. Okay. Make it out of there with anything good? Yeah, I guess so. Looked away for a while. What is this place? That is the Trove of the Thunder King. I'd never done it before, but I came out with 2 legendary spools, 2 epic spools, and 2 blue spools. So I'm starting with 36k threads. Haste. Versa. Stamina. Crit. Versa. And mastery. So yeah, decent chunk of threads for 5 minutes. Got lucky in the leggy spools. They're rare. Yeah, I'm happy with that. What do I want to do with these tattered papers? Arcane scholars would be highly interested in these files. I wonder if I need to go back to the Violet Rise. I could use that toy. So to get into it, you need to unlock dailies on the Isle of Thunder, which means doing a number of solo scenarios to get that far. You want to contribute Charms of Good Fortune once a day over here in this tent. I guess the Horde will have a different location. to get a key, and then over here in the cave, you use the key to do the scenario. Do you want... No, you just want charms. I'm going to hold on to the charms just so I have more for tomorrow. Currently useless is the rep quartermaster isn't there on remix. Okay, I won't worry about it then. You can't turn him, the NPC doesn't work. Gotcha. Alrighty. Well, I'm pretty pleased with that. So now I'm finally at a place where I don't need to do anything else on this character for the day. Now, do I want to do other stuff on this character for the day? Maybe, but I could also be leveling an alt. That's so hard. Alts level pretty fast. But Squidgy needs threads and power and stuff, and bronze, you know, I could get, if I could just suffer through. I wonder if I'm any stronger today. I wonder if I would perform any better in like a normal siege than I did the other day. I don't know. I'm gonna take her back to town. Heroic Throne of Thunder, Leishet is crying. You can only get one key per day. You can do the scenario as many times as you have keys for. So if you don't have much time to play, you could pick up your key every day and then use them all on the weekend or something. But you can get a maximum of one key per day. So I guess the other thing I would do, I can either work on my alt, or I can work on the Dread Waste achievement on this character. Poor little Primrosy, I haven't even been playing her. Let's get her transmog fixed at least. We did a heroic raid yesterday. I joined a heroic Siege of Orgrimmar. It was right before the ward nerf. I was not very helpful in that group. I was definitely being carried, but I managed to apply to a random one and at least get in. I don't think I'm ready for heroic raids. I want to get above 400 item level before heroic raids, I think. So she's got some rested now. That's kind of nice. Let's put her transmog back on. You know what I'm going to do for her is I'm going to pick up her dailies at the bazaar and then maybe do like a, I don't know, scenario or a dungeon queue or something. Just because that'll get her some experience. So in here, I must still have the raid one on her. Let's queue her up for... She would get like a minor XP buff. She has 196% XP. She would get a minor bump from just doing an LFR wing. We could also put her in a scenario queue? And I guess a dungeon queue. I don't know, why not? Do the Dread Waste if you haven't done them yet. Yeah, I can't decide if I want to do them on this character or on my main. I don't know. I keep going back and forth because this character could do it while leveling and she could knock out that achievement and it would be great. But if I do it on my main, I will be probably a little faster. Well, I guess I'll be fast anyway, but I'll be maybe a little faster at killing things. Plus, she'll be getting threads and bronze that she can use for her power grind. But this character is getting things that she can use for collecting, which reminds me, she has 9,000. Oh, you know what? I wasn't going to spend any of her bronze yet. That's right. I was saving up all of Primrosy's. Oh, actually, that's what I can do. I can buy those extra gear pieces that I've unlocked now. I was saving up her bronze so that she could buy, like basically do a big shopping haul at level 70 and see how much bronze she actually got in that time. But I can get the seal and the ring and the amulet because I have done those achievements now. Let's enter the scenario. I don't really know what kind of gems I have. I guess I'm just going to press a bunch of buttons and it'll put a bunch of baby ones in for now. For a while I was doing this heroic scenario achievement on this character, but I ended up knocking them out on my main anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Now, another question is, what on earth kind of buttons did I press on her? Something Frostbolt? Yeah, you can repeat achievements on alts. Absolutely. Heard that having access to all of MOP's content between expansions could make the launch feel underwhelming, since it'll be following regular cadence. What are your thoughts? I don't think I'll know until it happens. I think I'm going to be so excited about having a new traditional WoW expansion that I don't think I'm going to be comparing it to Mop Remix, but maybe that's just me being naive. Besides, we have got, you're right that we've got, they kind of let you into everything in Mop all at once, but it's also familiar content. It's not brand new. I think part of the reason why it's easier to stomach getting access to all of that stuff is because we have a baseline level of knowledge about it already. You kind of know where the world bosses are. You know what the dungeons look like, especially the ones that we've seen more recently. I mean, some of the content's going to be new to some people, but it's not all brand new to everybody. So there's kind of a higher level of base skill going into it. I don't remember this scenario. Speaking of things that we've seen before. This is brand new content to me. There is a zip line. I think the whole point of my alts will be just to get them leveled, get their free bronze, spend it. I think that's going to be the... What am I doing? That's going to be the goal. I don't think I'm going to worry too much about the metas, because I only have one left, and I think I might want to do that on Squidgy. The more I talk about it, the more I feel like I want to do that. Because then I can just do anything that I feel like is good for leveling on my alt. I don't have to prioritize also working on the achievement. Brewing cauldron filled. I don't really know why I'm filling it or how. Just killing stuff and looting it, I suppose. Am I picking up? Oh, here's a keg. That's given me 5. Yeah, I helped. I did 1. All right. I wonder if any of them are in the huts. Oh, look at that, an achievement that I definitely and for sure earned. Appropriate time to make an alt. Heard any time to infinite power 12. I would do infinite power 11 at least, although 12 does not take much longer past 11 because of how quickly you get threads at level 70. But I would certainly do that first so that you're starting with the best possible starting cloak. Okay. So there's the scenario queue. Or pardon me, scenario queue's done. That was the LFR queue. Were you also disappointed by the Pandaren customization options? Yeah. Well, was I disappointed actually? No, not really. I thought I made a really cute panda. They had lots of hairstyles. If anything, I feel like they had more options than gnomes. I got infinite power 12 before I hit 70. I thought it was going to take a lot longer than that. The spools that they... Spools makes a huge difference. The first couple of days before they had created spools, it took a lot longer. Well, this seems good. You get one... Oh yeah, there's one person that's like fully geared in here, and they're just going to basically solo this whole LFR wing. We can just be here. And level 36 right now. Yeah, I would just keep trucking away. It's funny how fast this is. Okay. Look at me. I'm casting Frostbolt. There's Flurry. Or was that Flurry? No, that was Ice Nova. That was different.
AoE incoming.
Oh, we got a Flurry proc. I was, I was 12th on DPS. For all that it matters. I think that one of the primary, like, driving forces that inspires me to play Remix is seeing a max level, like a high-powered character in content like this. Just absolutely, like, solo it. It makes me want to do that, you know? That's what makes me want to play my Hunter a ton and get more and more threads and stuff on her. Because I don't do close to that much damage yet, but I want to. Yeah, 60 to 70 on your first character is the longest part. It will go a lot easier if you've managed to crawl through a normal clear of different raids, because you're going to get a big bonus experience to your cloak for every normal boss that you kill that's different. Doing just like a normal Mogashan Vault and then a normal Heart of Fear is going to make that leveling feel quite a bit faster. Followed you back in the day when you first started out with your fish tank, I think. Like when you talked about tea and all the tea you'd been drinking. If your Narcissus disappears, make sure it's enabled first of all, but then go into your options for it. And go to extensions and make sure that the paper doll widget extension is enabled. Mine got turned off once and I was dismayed until I found that, and that turned it right back on for me. There we go, LFR over. Doing normal clears and a few alts every day lets me do 10 to 70 in less than 5 hours, sometimes under 4 depending on group luck. Hey, my dungeon group's ready. Yeah, sitting in multiple queues at a time is for sure the move. I had not been doing that previously, and it's like super nice. Maybe that's the move for alts for me, is I just make the alts that I want to make, and I just run them through like their queued dailies, and I don't even worry about questing. I just do like a scenario, dungeon, and a raid every day. You know, get their bronze for doing that. And then it'll give them some... Although, I'm not really getting that much experience from doing this. I'm just kind of getting... dailies done. Because questing is one, especially once you get your cloak buff up, is quite good experience. I'm at 199% XP gain. It looks like I'm gonna have to actually DPS in this dungeon because I am the... Well, the tank's gone. I am the strongest character here. Doesn't necessarily bode, but that's okay. This is not a heroic. This is a normal difficulty. You're getting unexperience, but not some experience. Yeah. I wonder if I'm just gonna kind of perfect, so to speak, the art of like running through a set bracket of quests, like doing beginning Jade Forest and then beginning Valley of the Four Winds with like a raid clear or two in there to get your cloak experience up. I guess I don't know how many level alts I really want to level. I don't need more alts. That's one thing that I have either going for me or working against me, depending on point of view. Now there's a max level character. That's a level 476. I have enough characters to work towards anything I really want to. I'm not like at account limit by any means, but I also don't really want to be at account limit. Even if I'm just like killing one mob per day and 50 characters, that's too much logging in and out for me. Or 65 characters or however many they let us have now. I don't need that many. So it's a question of, do I feel like it's worth it to be completionist about heritage armor? And originally my thought was no, because if I don't have those races, then I don't want them. And I won't wear their heritage armor. But it's so easy to level an alt that now I'm kind of flexing and being like, well, okay, maybe I'll make like a character of each of these races. I don't have to get heritage armor, even if I don't end up keeping them. Can always level more hunters. Replacing a bunch of vaults. Yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely need to replace my Mistweaver Monk. There is a Discord. I don't have much to do with it. I guess I do technically own it, but the mods do a good job of running it. Do you have to clear Jade Forest first for alts? You can go right into instance content, but the zones will kind of open up at different levels is the thing. You can't just like make a level 10 and start questing in the Dread Waste, because that doesn't start scaling to you until you get to 35. Oh, well, speaking of 35, I'm level 35. I guess I could start questing in the Dread Waste if I wanted to. Cannot fathom how people hit the account limit for alts, and some play all those regularly, keep them geared. Yeah, I don't know. I can see the appeal of having a ton of alts that you use to farm something. Like, I was taking 17, 20 odd characters through different rares for mount farming. But even like after I get kind of to 20, I'm out of time. If I can't do them all within 3 hours, that's starting to be too much for me. Thank you. Oh no, I forgot to turn in my quest. I guess I'll just hold on to those. I'm sure she'll end up in that dungeon again at some point. I've done that before. I forgot to wait for it. Oh well. A little more bronze, a little more bronze. A couple of baby spools. Baby spools feel so silly after you've got used to getting the big ones from later on. Okay. So she's done her 3 dailies now. She's up to 35. She apparently doesn't have a cogwheel gem in. That's a bit funny. And she can quest anywhere she wants. So if I wanted to just level her, I bet we could burn quests pretty quick out in like Valley of the Four Winds. Or I could work on Dread Waste campaign. Let me see, just for fun. Let me see how much experience I can get. I'm going to go start questing in Valley of the Four Winds, and let's see how fast we can level. We have plus 202% XP gain here. That is not nothing. That is something. You're right. I do have I have a spool. That is an XP thread. Oh yeah, there we go. 209. Nice. Oh, it's annoying when they go into your bags like that. Yes, if you level a character in Mop Remix, at the end of the event, when the timer runs out, it'll be converted into a normal retail character. That's right. Let's start questing. I have 3 blinks. Nobody can stop me except for Chen and Lily telling me to slow down. Oh no. Keeping your gear up to date. Oh dear. That's right. I had an add-on for this. Also, I've got apparently gems to pop in here. Well, the good news is we do enough damage for the moment. Sometimes the other threads end up in my bags too. I think it's just kind of a quirk as to when it happens. It's nice that you can, you know, like right-click them and add them to your cloak, but it is kind of funny when you're like, wait, what's this doing here? This was supposed to be on already. Life is to be savored. I suppose so, but I don't know. Where does anybody get off telling other people what their life is for? Yeah, 50, 60, and 70 are the milestones. That's right. It's 3K, 7K, and then 30K is for the 70. I think the biggest problem with having blink 3 times is that I don't think I'm gonna know where I'm blinking to. One more big vermin. Learning Dispraise via remix too? Oh, cool. I wonder if I'll learn anything useful about Mistweaver Monk as I'm leveling it, or if I'm just gonna learn... I don't know. Crackling Jade Lightning. So that's 36. But then we turn in this pair of quests. I'm getting like a quarter of a level for a quest right now. It's good, but it could be better. It's decent. Learning Windwalker Monk. Some variant of Rogue, Fire Mage, DK, DH. Dispriest, real fun. I'm glad you guys like it. I'm glad that it's out there for somebody. Oh, yeah, I forgot you can get like regular threads and whatnot. That's right. Okay, so if I wanted to press that button and see if it puts me into any upgrades here. I have so many more gem slots than I have gems right now. But I'm not spending any bronze on it. It'll be fine. Are the quests streamlined like in retail? It's the same quests that are available in retail. Mop questing was pretty modern though. It's definitely not like doing classic or BC questing. Truly is the best zone in Pandaria. The music, the art, the quests, the farm. Man, when I was leveling up my first time, I was so excited every time I got a little thread that gave me like 3%, like 3 mastery. And now that I'm like trying to crank because I have 2,500 threads, which is still more than I had on my first character before I hit 70. So it's not that I don't have any power at all. But you get used to that in-game gear grind. Turnips and watermelons. What add-on was that? I'm using Narcissus to help manage my gems. Blink once, blink twice, blink again. This is 37. Oh, you know what I need to do a little bit more often is Oblivion Sphere. I guess I can just use it. What is that, like a 3-minute cooldown? Yeah. I wonder if the triple blink is going to be nice for the Muddy Water quest. Feels like it might be. I'm just taking any talent point. I'm not really worrying about what they do. Beta incoming? Yeah, June 5th is so close. That's so soon. I'm trying Unholy DK as someone who only plays magic classes. How are you finding it? I think I've tried Unholy once or twice just because I wanted... Well, I was going to play Unholy, but then I ended up playing Blood because Blood DK was surprisingly fun. But I like the idea of like a melee pet class that I haven't properly explored. I gotta fix my transmog. I don't want to look like this. I need her to wear her cute outfit with her little butterfly wings. Do, 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 do. So I'd say it's like a minute or two per level questing with this many threads of experience. Mage, blink twice if you need help. I still feel dirty about having to buy the super epic edition, but psyched to get into beta on day one. Oh. I messed up the tofu and the tofu and the turnip. My bad. I just hit the turnip all the way to Northrend. I like it because the whole dots you do is as well as the creatures you summon. It's like playing a melee AF/demo warlock. Okay, I don't know why I'm struggling so much with this. I feel like I know what the answers are. I'm just having a moment. Excuse me. Can you do that one in the middle? Thank you. I was being all cool about, oh man, I'm leveling like every 3rd minute. And then I can't remember how hard to hit turnips. Off we go. Sounds like a vegan restaurant. The tofu and the turnip. Okay. Oh yeah, this one's easy. Dragon riding really makes things go so fast. Okay. I always pull like way too many turtles and then I die, and I wonder if I'll die on this character if I pull a lot of turtles. Maybe I'll wait up. I'll use like my shifting power or whatever once I get them all grouped up. And we can use, I don't know, the frost shield. It'll be fine. I've got extra stam or something. I started with, yeah, I've got 1300 stamina, 24k health. That doesn't sound like so much now that I say it out loud. Oh, I've slowed it. That's not what I meant to do at all. Let's get as many of these as we can, and surely nothing bad will happen. Oh yeah, the other thing I can do. It's Oblivion Sphere. Yeah. Easy. That's all of the turtle meat. Last pig, and then we need 2 more of these shoulder steaks. This one's always took a minute. So excited for within beta. I bet you the expansion itself is going to be on top of us before we know it. I just want to feel like I'm ready. I don't know if I ever feel like I'm ready for an expansion launch. I guess I need to define what ready means to me. It used to just mean I have a bunch of time set aside and then I have a bunch of frozen food in my freezer. Just, you know, meal prep a lasagna or something and call it good. Uh-oh. This is going pretty fast. I don't know if it's fast enough for me. I suppose if I wanted to go faster, I need to get myself through like a Heart of Fear or something. Because her slash played is 2 hours and 57 minutes. She's been alive for less than 3 hours. I suppose she's doing fine. See if we can gather up a bunch of stuff for like a... Maybe not an Oblivion Sphere, but a Shifting Power maybe. Blizzard. Yeah, it doesn't hurt at all. What are you trying to get in Remix right now? I'm leveling this mage. Partly because I don't have a mage in general. Partly to collect bronze that I can spend on cosmetics, because the bronze that I'm collecting on my sort of remix main, I've been earmarking for remix power upgrades. I've been spending it on her gear. And partly just so that if they ever add, they haven't done it yet, but if they ever add Pandaren heritage armor, I want to have one panda that's like ready to go for it. Just don't say it if you need it to get deleted. My goodness, is mage fun and WoW? People seem to think so. I'm pretty... It's always been a class that I've struggled to get into because I'm somebody that really likes playing hybrids. So it's hard for me to cope with not having spammable heals the same way that like a shaman or a druid or a priest would have. But my goodness, they have a lot of different ways to do damage. Planeswalks, Planeswalks. Think you'll run it through the class hall once Remix is over to get the mage mount? Maybe eventually. That's a good point. I was working on all the class order hall mounts. We got a few of them. I got all the warlock ones and the paladin ones. I think that's always been kind of like a big downtime project though, and Blizzard is not leaving me as much downtime as they used to. Once upon a time, at the end of the expansion, I had like a free year. And sure, no one really cared about WoW, and it was hard to get views on WoW content, but my goodness, I could chew through old farms when there was nothing else going on. And now, I mean, that time still occurs, but then there's Plunderstorm, and there's Remix, and it's just, there's always like the little mini patches in between patches. There's always something doing, you know? It's good. It's good. I'm not complaining. But I don't know when I'm ever going to get back to like, you know, fixing up on class order hall mounts. Oh, level 39. Oh, I know what I need to do. Is I need to see if I can equip upgraded recommended gear. Are you sure? You sure that's the best item level that we've got? It is, okay. Alright, and then sort out a few more of those. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Yeah, equip recommended gear is the name of the upgrade equip add-on. I don't fully trust it because I feel like I've had experiences where it wasn't putting all my item level upgrades on. Because right now that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to take my highest item level PCH slot and equip it, because while I'm leveling, I'm basically just trying to keep my eye level as high as possible so that the gems scale. Cutest dragon mount ever. I like the Arbor Worm a lot. I want... Yeah. That. These fireflies were more annoying before the interact key. But when you can just kind of spam your interact key and run around, it's not so bad. Also, almost infinite blink. Used to watch your videos from YouTube, recently came back to them. I enjoy them so much. Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate that. Bronze wish list so far? Cosmetic, toy, or mount? So I'm done with mounts. I have all of the mounts that I could possibly get with bronze. That's finished. I want to do transmog. And then I guess if I end up with lots of extra bronze, I am missing a couple of toys that drop on the Timeless Isle, or like the gastropod shell, for example, that I could get with like loads of bronze. The last on my list would probably be Tusks of Manaroth. I will get it if I run out of other things to get and I still feel like playing Remix. But if the event ends and I don't have it, I'm not going to cry myself to sleep for that reason. If Blizzard banned and disabled all add-ons, would you still play? Probably. I would be pretty confused. I guess it depends if everybody else leaves. If I'm the only one left, then it might not be any fun anymore. If they do that, they'd better have a... I don't think they would do that, but they would... I would need them to have better nameplates than what they have right now. Do you think the Bones of Manaroth looks like green toenails? Oh, I don't have any in my bags right now. Yes, I do. I was gonna check. I'm not having any luck with getting this last feather here. Yeah, I think that if I'm gonna level this character, she needs more experience on her cloak. She's level 40. And don't get me wrong, she's leveling pretty fast, but I'm really greedy and it's not fast enough for me. Here, let's scrap her extra gear. Surprised they didn't give us more pets in the X-Pack that birthed battle pets. I feel like they forgot, everybody thought that somebody else was going to do pets for Remix. I'm just making this up, by the way, but I feel like everybody else thought that it was someone else's job, and then it actually came to, and they were like, quick, add in a couple for achievement rewards. And then that was all I had. Or maybe they just decided they have enough battle pets. They don't want to bloat us up with more. Okay. It's 20 minutes. I wonder if I could get into like a normal Heart of Fear. That might be kind of good. How many XP bonus do you get from normal raids? So if you do normal, it's 12% for each boss. So doing a whole clear of something like Mogashan Vaults is really good. Or Heart of Fear. You get 12% extra XP onto your cloak for each boss that you kill. You can get some from LFR as well, but it's 7% per wing for LFR. Not quite as strong. I don't think you can do heroic raids below, well, like while you're leveling. Most of the pets would have been cageable. They didn't want to disrupt the economy. I don't know if they've ever had that thought before. I think that pets just happen. If you were to do them on a 70 to buff the cloak for alts. That doesn't work. Your alts don't get threads based on what your main gets for themselves. your alts get threads based on how many infinite power achievements you've done. And by the time you get into a heroic raid, you'll have all of them done like a long time ago. I bring good news with me that I wanted to share. Who wants to hear it? What do you got? I wonder if I should just make my own. Did I list his org? I did. We can be a little picky here. And there's a tank. Three, 4, 5. That's a healer. That's a tank. That's a healer. So we need one more tank and one more DPS. There's a tank. And then let's get another like leveling DPS like that. Get somebody else who needs some threads here. Okie dokie. Off and away. Okay. We're not gonna worry about that. Look at me, I put together a raid group. Wow. Can I do like a raid all assist? There we go. Everybody can help out. This is so Wendy's. I appreciate the good intent. I think that people that benefit from that message will find it in their own time. This is not the place. Okay, how many bosses in this place? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bosses. I kind of stacked the group, so we should have a pretty chill time of it. Is this the wind tunnel hell raid? Yeah. I need to do another inventory of the groceries I have and figure out what else I could make. I saw that I had like, I don't know how I end up with all of these vegetables that I don't have plans for. Vegetables are great, but they need to have a purpose. Otherwise, they're just going to slowly return to the Earth Mother in my fridge. Fragadin, thank you for giving out a gift sub. Appreciate it. can't weigh in too heavily on the fast food burger conversation, except to say that I appreciate that more of them do vegetarian burgers now. You can get like an Impossible Whopper. And I'm not saying it's like a good idea or that I feel very good after having eaten one of them. But sometimes you don't eat beef, but you want a burger. And technology has caught up. So I'm biased towards the fast food chains like Burger King or A&W that do like a veggie burger. We have a little local place here called Burger Crush that does like a pretty tasty one. And then if all the burgers are basically equal, then I tend to judge a place based on the fries. Fat Burger here, which is I think the same company as Buffalo Wild Wings. They do a veggie burger and they do yam fries that as long as they didn't burn them, they're real good. You said Moose was more interested in yours than your partner's, which had actual meat. Yeah, he has. I haven't had one in a little bit, so maybe he's changed his mind. But he had like a bizarre fixation on veggie burgers. Maybe because like he wanted to know more about what it was. Like he eats beef liver as a treat, so beef shouldn't be that unusual to him. But maybe he was smelling like the Impossible Burger, being like, "What is it, Mom? Why does yours taste weird?" Makes me feel like that's a regular thing. Sometimes they show up and they're kind of charred, the yam fries, but apparently it's not often enough for me to stop ordering them.
Beware.
Yeah, I'm a big yam sweet potato kind of person. I make a sandwich, which I'm not going to pretend is a health food, but like I use a ciabatta bun. I roast up like little planks, like slices of yam. I fry up some onions with like a little balsamic deglaze to kind of mimic. It's like a lazy woman's version of a caramelized onion when you don't have time to actually caramelize onions. I throw those on it. I do like a little lazy woman's version of a garlic aioli, which is just like mayo with lemon juice, salt, pepper, and a clove of garlic. Big chunk of fresh spinach if I have it, and then I melt some of whatever cheese I have on hand on the bun, usually Havarti. And that's a good sandwich. You might say, putting potatoes in a sandwich, that was weird. And I would say, yeah. And you're not invited to dinner. Nothing beats a good old greasy McDouble for a 2 a.m. hangover deterrent. My favorite thing to try to avoid hangovers back in the day was just to drink insane amounts of water. You would need to know that you had like a bathroom available. But especially if you were just like home, because that was usually, if I was drinking, I was usually just like gaming. Like I would be on Discord at home, hanging out with my friends, drinking. So at a certain point I would be like, all right, we're switching to water. And then you would just start chugging water and just like hyperhydrate. Because a lot of hangover is dehydration. Not all of it, but 2 liter of water in the bedside for exactly this. Drunk me, bless her heart, got real good at just forcing herself to drink like a huge amount of water. And it would do a decent job at hangover prevention. I haven't done that in a long time because I'm not 22 anymore. My body can't deal with it the same way that it used to. Also, I feel like I have more fun sober than I did at 22. I think that at a certain age, I kind of needed to drink to have that much fun, and I'm now a little more relaxed and comfortable with myself, and I'm capable of just having an enormous giggle fit over really stupid nothing without any alcohol at all, so I figure I may as well save my liver. Outside the mayo, that's not far from a health food. It's got different things in it. You know. What am I doing? I'm here. I feel a little guilty. I basically put together a group to just absolutely carry me, but you know, I put together the group. That's a public service. Right. Nice being sober looking back. I started this year just for fun. I was doing kind of a dry January just to see how it felt, because I had on like New Year's Eve, I had some champagne, or maybe it was wine. I don't know, one of those. And I just felt awful. And I'm like, what am I doing? So I figured it would be fun to do dry January just to kind of try it out and see how it affected my life. And then I kind of liked it. And then I was like, you know what? Dry 2024. So for now, I guess I just don't drink. And I don't want it to be like a big deal. And I don't want it to be like a preachy thing. It's just sort of a thing that I'm trying to see how I like it. But I really like it. It's been good. I have enough ways in which I ruin my own life without adding in more. And I think it's working for me. Good for you. Thank you for your content. What you do? Aw, shucks. I drank too much one night, ran an Aberus I don't remember running, decided it was time to quit. It's not where anybody wants to be. Imagine you just wake up. I don't know if you played an Evoker, but imagine you just woke up and you had like a Nazuro and you're like, what? I shouldn't bag on Aberus. I liked Aberus. I thought it was a cool raid. I'm just gonna ice block. That was a holy pally. The longer I went on without drinking, I felt better about it, decided no more. I'm glad that our society recently has kind of become more accepting of people not drinking without it being like a big deal. I think there was definitely a point in time in which if you didn't drink, it was because you were like either super uptight or like you had had a problem with a capital P, and then it was like, I don't know, like a big spooky thing that nobody wanted to talk about. And I think nowadays a lot more people are just kind of curious about just, you know, what does your life look like without alcohol, even if alcohol wasn't like upending it before, you know? What is this really offering you? Admitting you don't drink was like admitting you had a health issue. Yeah. I think it's nice that more people are feeling comfortable that you can kind of experiment with it without it needing to be a big deal. Not that it was ever anybody's business, but at least you didn't accidentally buy a mythic carry or something. Just always said I was the designated driver. That's how my mom did it. That's exactly how my mom always did it. Because she, I think, it's not like she never drinks, but she just doesn't like drinking. So she would always, like at parties and events and stuff like that, just be the designated driver. Although, babysitting people that are drinking when you're not drinking is not the most fun thing in the world. I don't think I've ever really had to properly do that, but it doesn't look like a good time. I wonder if I'm going to survive this fight. I guess I could always rely on my savior ice block. Like how they have non-alcoholic cocktails that aren't trying to fake being alcoholic. Cool trend. Yeah, they're cute. I do think there's a huge industry springing up of all of these different ways to, like, non-alcoholic beers and mocktails and whatnot. And to some extent, it's just like a ton of money. It's like they're trying to convince you that if you're going to leave this thing out, you need to replace it with something, and that you should definitely be, you know, don't cut out your alcohol budget, just redirect it towards these non-alcoholic things. And I think they definitely have a place, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying them. But there's a tiny skeptical part of me that's just like, my scam alert's going off. Beware. Just for me and my budget, you know. I gotta save my money for big cheese. Although I haven't had to do any, like, social events in a long time with people that I didn't know. And I used to kind of rely a little bit on alcohol to help me relax. And not doing that is going to be different, but it's something I want to figure out how to do. Hey, we lived. Do I have a res scroll? Yeah. This raid's been so fast. Plus, my cloak is up to 281% XP gain. I think that when I do get back to questing, it's going to feel a lot better next time. I think this raid is all that I have time for. I think after we finish this Heart of Fear, I'm going to wrap up stream for the day. God, the fight I don't remember and woke up tied to my bed frame. My buddies all told me that tequila isn't my friend. Oh, man. I guess conversely, I am a little bit glad that I had my experiences with drinking when I was younger, so that I'm not just wondering forever. Because stories like that, they sound awful, but they also sound funny, right? Like, they sound kind of like, I don't know, an experience that you feel like you want to have at least once, even if it's not a good idea. And I guess I'm glad that I feel like I've kind of been there and done it, and I'm not, like, I didn't miss out. I don't know, maybe that's silly or misguided. I don't think you have to ever drink in your life. I don't think you're really missing out on anything of value. But I'm just a curious kind of person. What was the most drunk you ever got? I never blacked out or anything. I would have, like, birthdays and stuff where I would have, where the culture was just to have more drinks than you needed to. Actually, there was one time I think it was because I mixed a particular kind of drink that hit me really hard. I got really sick, like, at home drinking once. I forgot what I was drinking. I don't know. I never, like, needed treatment for alcohol poisoning or anything. I remember once on, like, my 19th birthday, which was the first day I was legally allowed to drink, I got my shoes stuck in a grate. Downtown Victoria has various, like, metal grates along the sidewalk, and they have slats in them for, I don't know, reasons. And I got my I was wearing a high-heeled shoe, and I was walking, and I got my shoe stuck in it. And I was like, I'm like a little drunk baby deer that's caught in a bear trap. This is a terrible idea. It was not so great. Okay. Cool. Level 46. And that was also excellent bronze. She's got 20k bronze, plus a couple of epic spools. What is her hearth going to take her? Jade Forest. Maybe it's good to experience getting drunk so you can understand literary and movie references. Maybe, but as I make that argument, I'm reminded that there's a lot of other substances that I haven't tried, that I have no desire to try, that are also referenced a lot in various, like, media. And I don't feel like I'm missing out or making a wrong decision by not trying those things, so I don't know why I think that would be true for alcohol. I think I'm just saying words. I don't think it means anything. We got some blues. Will it put any of those on? It did. I've got 104. But these are 121. That's haste and that's crit. Does it really think that that's worth it? I'm just going to put on the item level one. It's a 117 blue dagger. Do I have an offhand, though? There's 100 blue staff. Leaving already? I know it. Stream went so fast today. Yeah, maybe that one. It went so fast. Talent points that do... Who even knows what? I don't know. Something. Oh, flurry. Been in work the last 2 hours with your fancy new truck? My goodness. Yeah, it was also starting to take me a lot longer to bounce back. I would have like in the last couple of years, I would have also this is the look. This is how you feel. I would have I wouldn't even get drunk. I would have like one, maybe two drinks, but sometimes just one in an evening. And then for like the next entire day, even if I had like plenty of water or whatever, I would just feel bad. Like I would feel gross and awful. And I think that was a big part of what talked me into dropping it. I was like, for what? This math does not check out anymore. Blues and dungeons and raids drop at a fixed level based on what level you are. So they scale with your personal character level. Not yet. Leave my current job 2 weeks today. Oh, I see. How's the stream gone? Oh, I've been at work the last 2 hours. We did good. I spent an hour or two on Squidgy, and I got so many things done in her, including the Trove of the Thunder King. I got all kinds of threads, and I got all kinds of item level and bronze. And then I got to spend my last hour leveling on Primrosy. She got 12 levels, because she's starting at like 32 or 33, and we're up to 46 now. Pretty pleased with that. Can I fix up her? Let's put Oblivion Sphere and Blink back in. And then we've got 3 of these. Maybe do these guys. That helm with the maw. Ugh. Yeah, something like that. All right. I'm happy with that. Thank you all very much for joining me today. That really did go so fast. I'll be back tomorrow for a Friday morning WoW stream. I appreciate the company. Let's say bye, kitty cat. You've been just snoozing this whole time. I appreciate the company, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.